the grass is being cut while I'm recording this. So if that is coming through and that is bothering you, I'm sorry. But that's the situation. And we'll find out how noise canceling these microphones are. But I'm back at it with the Wet and Wild content. I can't decide what I want to do next because there's so much more that I'd like to do to experiment with the products they put out with this year. But there's also non-Wet and Wild stuff that I want to do too. I like all sorts of things, and I have not decided. But last time I spoke on this brand, I had, finished reviewing individually all the products they came out with, and I did a hub blog post with all the quick hits that linked you to those articles. I like that. And we're going to do that again, but this time with Chameleon Chrome. So to give you the backstory or the breakdown on that, in 2025, Wet n Wild put out the Chameleon Chrome collection, and it was on the smaller side. And I published the blog post for that, just reviewing all those products in one place. So obviously here in this year, 2026, they have expanded that line, and not only have they added new products, but they expanded the product lines within the collection. So that leaves this blog post very out of date because all of those products aren't in there. So now that I've published all the individual reviews, I've come back and I've taken this blog post that I published in January of 2025 and I've completely overhauled it, and now everything is included. So again, here, the idea is not to go fully in depth into the products and do the swatches and the star ratings and all of that, but just to keep it more surface level to start your research and then link you to those individual articles if you want to go deeper. I do not have an individual blog post for the retractable eyeliners. That's something that I see as beneficial to do. I don't know if I'll do it. So I do have the in-depth review here. And I also have the in-depth review of the glitter spray because that product just is not enough on its own to make a standalone blog post. So that's the story. That's where we are at. Some of the items that are in this post, like the Reddit post, is still the one that I posted last year doesn't have all the products. So I might switch that one out and do a more updated one, but not a big deal. So let's go over this updated blog post. I wish I had time to update more of them. I always only seem to do like one per year. But so let's get into it. So the entire Chameleon Chrome collection at a glance. What the hell's going on here, right? So this is a duochrome makeup line. There's a lot of color here, pigment, metallics, color shifting for all parts of the face, and even the glitter spray, right? You can use anywhere. This is not clean girl makeup. This is none of that. So we have 7 items that are spanning multiple categories within the line, and you're going to see lots of multi-chrome, metallics, duochrome, color shifting finishes here. So if you're reading along in the blog post, you're looking at the photos. The formula, all sorts of things, right? There's flakes, foil flakes. There's gloss-like products for the lips. There's pencils. There's liquid liners. There's baked powder products. Sorry for the pause there. That was intentional. Right in the middle of my sentence, I had multiple interruptions there. But yes, so all different formulas here. Plenty of shades. And the standouts are going to, of course, be those chrome finishes and reflective pigments, buildable intensities, and products that you can use in multiple different ways if you get creative. So if you like shimmers, you like bold looks, kind of like a futuristic look, or maybe you're just playing with something for a special occasion like a festival, you will like this. And the products are available across a variety of retailers that carry drugstore makeup, and the availability is going to vary based on the retailer, of course. So the Wet n Wild Chameleon Chrome collection brings color shifting multi-chrome and metallic finishes for your eyes, your lips, your cheeks, and more. And if you're trying to decide which products are worth exploring, what I put together here is a product roadmap, right? And it's going to give you the complete list of the collection, the quick breakdowns, the hits, right? And then link you to further research, okay? So I have my Reddit post from last year that I'm probably going to swap out. And then we have a quick summary table. So you have the highlighter, and what category is that? Highlighter. They are $7 each, and they're going to give you that glittery chrome glow. You have the lip foils. That's more of a lip gloss that is color shifting for $6 each. The eyeshadow foils are in the category of eyeshadow, but they are foil flakes that are suspended in a clear product, clear, whatever you want to call it, that dries down. Those are $7 each, more of a high impact topper. You have the eyeshadows, singular, and those are your little eyeshadow singles that have gone pretty viral on the internet because they've been tried out by a lot of popular influencers, and they're awesome. Those are $7 each, and those are powders that feel very creamy. You have the liquid eyeliners. Those are $8 each. They are what they are, liquid eyeliners. You have the retractable eyeliners from last year. They did not expand the shade range at all. And then you have the new for this year, the milkier. I keep wanting to call it Milky Mist, which sounds like a skincare product, and that's not what it is. The name is all over mist in milkier way, but in my brain, it is a Milky Mist. I can't help it. It's kind of up there in price. It's $8.99, $9 for a glitter spray, and that I don't understand. But it's not bad, so we'll get into it. So where the hell are you going to buy these things at? So you'll find them all over the place. Wet n Wild, Amazon, Ulta, CVS, Walmart, Target, and Walgreens. I haven't gone back to look and see if they've finally have brought all the shades to all the retailers, because before it was kind of like pick or choose. I don't think they have, and in fact, I noticed just yesterday, I'm looking again right now, the new Chameleon Chrome eyeshadow foils, 2 of the shades, finally made it to Amazon. Literally the first time I saw it was June 2nd. And I mean, I was buying these things in December, so 7 months, and they're not really like available. It's that shit where it's not available for Prime and it's saying it's going to show up like somewhere between June and August. I would not buy it. But I mean, that's where we're at. So it's still going to be hard to find every shade all at one retailer. Give them a year maybe, right? So the price range is still affordable for these products. I mean, they're staying below e.l.f. And don't get me started on e.l.f. and what they're doing with their prices and the tariffs and, the rest of the drama. But pretty well, these Chameleon Chrome products are going to be between $6 to $8. CVS and CVS and Walgreens is always on the higher end of the pricing. So if you avoid them, you'll really get the $6 to $8 pricing, okay? So there is no real release date with these products. I always see that keyword when I'm researching. For the most part, Wet n Wild does not operate in that way. Stuff just starts appearing at places at random, and then months later they acknowledge it. So that's what's going on here. I have no date to share for these products. But first is the Chameleon Chrome Highlighter, the product that made people so angry my Reddit post got taken down because I should have manipulated the swatches to make them look better instead of showing them how they actually swatch. Yes, that happened. I'm starting to think the drugstore MUA subreddit is just not the place for me, because if you don't understand the basics of a swatch, my IQ is lowering. But anyway, the highlighters, they're $7 each, and they claim to have a liquid to baked formula. And they come in 4 shades, and they really are going to give you that intense, more like frosty sort of highlight that is glitter packed. So you can use these wherever you want. They're actually really neat, beyond just regular highlighting, to try putting them like on the eye, on the lip, maybe layer them over like a black eyeshadow. You can do a lot of fun things with them, for sure. They just don't swatch the best on the arm with your finger. Okay, so the Chameleon Chrome lip foils, those are $6 each, and they are like a lip gloss that is full coverage with that chromy color shift to them. There's 5 shades. I love the red. They're very multi-dimensional, but they are not sticky. They are comfortable, and they did expand this line, so there was only 2 last year. Same with the highlighters, only 2, and now there is 2 more for $4. The Chameleon Chrome eyeshadow foil, there was only one last year and they gave us 3 more. They're $7 each, and keep that in mind because they do dry out somewhere within 6 months to a year of being opened. I can't tell you exactly when. So these are metallic foils, flaky foils that self-adhere to your skin with a color shifting finish. And they come in a total of 4 shades now. They do dry down completely, and I think they're the best for a little topper accent situation. The packaging is very futuristic looking on them. It's plastic, by the way. You know, it looks like glass. We have the Chameleon Chrome eyeliner. So this is the retractable eyeliner where they put out 4 shades in 2025, and they have not revisited it since. So these are retractable pencils. And what kind of gets me about them is they show you, like, in the marketing, doing a lot of like designs and drawing with them and cool stuff. The tip is not thin enough to do that. It's like okay, but you can't make really in-depth designs like they show you. When I use these on my waterline, they irritate the hell out of my eyes, which has only happened with a few different formulas out there. Like I can't put Urban Decay's eyeliner pencils on my waterline, which is so sad because they're so good. And these Wet n Wild ones, they last really well on the waterline too. There's something about those formulas that last really well and pop on the waterline that they just leave my eyes so irritated all day. But just know that you can do that with them. They are like very buildable. You can see the color shift. They're metallic. They have a nice amount of pigment, and they just last forever. You use them as a nice graphic liner. I always want to reach for them more to like add pops of color, and then I forget because I'm so bad at using pops of color. So they're really awesome for graphic looks, just pops of color, accents, lower lash line, waterline application. Layer them with your eyeshadow. I've also worn them as eyeshadow, like pretending they're an eyeshadow stick, and they work and they just last. They're just really nice. Now, because they last so well, they're a little bit tricky to wash off. They kind of act like a waterproof product, and I guess it's ironic, I don't know. What takes them off really well is another Wet n Wild product. If you didn't know this, they have a liquid makeup remover called the Tada Eraser. It takes these off wonderfully. So they're a really nice pair, so make sure you pick those up together. So in terms of other Wet n Wild eyeliners, the other ones last very well. Like they're retractables, the breakup proof line, but they're going to have a skinnier tip and they're not going to have the shine and the metallic. So these are definitely something that is completely different. But there's not going to be any tugging or skipping or anything like that, okay? So if you want like an ultra fine precision sort of eyeliner, a traditional color, if you will, you're not going to like these. But I've given these a 4 out of 5 stars, and do hope to maybe give them their own moment one day if I could. So summary of the retractable eyeliners. Again, they are available in 4 shades with a reflective duochrome metallic finish. They are very creamy, they glide on, they don't skip or tug. They work best for a graphic sort of look. They're retractable, and they're not as precise as a sharpenable eyeliner pencil. And if you're like me, you might get some irritation on the eye with them. I'm going to say, bold statement, my favorite Chameleon Chrome product are the eyeshadows. I have reached for these several times since doing the review, and that speaks volumes as I own so much makeup. It is often hard to get back to something, even when I like something. Like I want to find excuses to use these, especially Meteor Muse, because I love green. I included it in the special makeup look that I did on Memorial Day, so if you're following me on Instagram, I've shared a lot of content with that, the makeup look itself, the look with my outfit, just other fun reels and short videos. So it was the main moment, the green. And of course, I love the full coverage ones more than the toppers. The toppers are fine. I love the toppers, but just to have like that bold color moment, I love it. These are just great. And these, like I said, did go viral. And it's the bright colors that have gone viral here. So they're $7 each. They are worth every penny. I can't believe they did this for $7. You just have to see them. Come see the swatches. Come see the videos. I've published all the videos on them. They're just amazing to see. We have 6 shades, and that's going to be split between full coverage and toppers. You can use them, like the toppers are really good to be used as a highlighter or over the lips as well, not just on the eye. And you want to apply these with your fingertips. That's going to pick them up and put them down the best. This is one of those creamy products where it just doesn't pick up properly on a brush. That's how it's intended to be. We had the Chameleon Chrome liquid eyeliners. There's only 3 of them. So I expect these to get expanded at some point. They're $8 each. And they have a brush tip, so more precision there. That metallic chrome finish is present. You can layer them up. You know, you can layer them over something like, say, a black eyeliner to make a cool effect there. And they won't erase themselves when you're trying to go back over that line, which I've experienced with some Wet n Wild liquid eyeliners in the past. And now we have the Milky Mist, which is not what it's called, the Milkier Way Mist. So I gave this one a full review because I'm not doing an individual blog post on it. So what is it? It is a glitter spray. So you have to shake it really well, and it swirls all around, looks really neat. I do show that in my short form video. And you can use it anywhere that you want. I love to spray it all over my hair. I know some people like a lot of glitter on the chest or on the arms, on your clothes. You can spray it anywhere that you want because it dries down like water. There's no residue, there's no nothing, there's no oil. You can do whatever you want with it. Now keep in mind, it's going to be subtle glitter. The glitters are very small and it's hard to overdo it. I would say like it's a very subtle accent. And what I'm thinking of here, I still have these, by the way. A few years ago in Fantasy Makers, they came out with glitter sprays. One was a golden color, one was a blue. I can't remember the name. And they were like oil in a bottle. I just couldn't fathom what to use them for because they were so oily. They were greasy and they didn't dry down. I want to say they advertised them for the hair, but there's no way you could put them in the hair. If you were to put them on your body, it's going to get everywhere. Your clothes are going to be oil covered. Like, I just don't know what they were doing with that, but this will not happen. This will dry down. The glitter stays where you put it until you wash it off. It's so nice. I've been using it in my hair on special occasions. That's how I'm using it. But imagine adding it to your like shoulders or collarbones, anything like that, you know. So very fine shimmers there. The bottle we've seen before. It looks a lot like other like setting sprays they've put out in the past. So the components are very familiar. So you're not going to like it if you don't like a subtle glitter. Okay? You're not going to get some crazy out there sheen. And I included some photos of it in my hair. I don't think you can even really see it in the photos. I did a video. I did a short form video and you can see it a bit there. But it's hard to gather it just on camera, not moving. So I'm sure if I put that on Reddit, I get roasted that I didn't spray it in my hair. I'm a horrible person for not depicting the product correctly. But there it is. I did my due diligence. I've made videos. I put the damn video on the blog post too. So watch it. You see what I'm talking about. I sprayed in the video. But summary of the mist. It is a lightweight shimmer hair mist that can be used on hair, skin, anywhere you want. You're going to get a soft glitter. It's not dramatic. It's going to dry down completely. It's not going to transfer. No residue. It works well for a festival look or whatever you want to do, right? You like glitter on a daily basis, you got glitter. That's it. That's the story. I left in here in the blog post my makeup look that I did last year. So I tried to incorporate all of the products that came out in the line last year. I did a full face Wet n Wild makeup look. I just left it, including the video, because what the hell? This makeup look was so bad. And I did that intentionally because all we had was 2 highlighters, 1 eyeshadow foil, 4 eyeliners, and those 2 lip foils. And a lot of it was purple leaning and didn't quite match with the eyeliners. It's kind of like what they put out really couldn't cohesively work together. And they pretty well misrepresented the eyeshadow foils. We thought they were going to be kind of like a liquid chrome kind of paint instead of flakes. And it flakes off, you know, all over your face as well. So I'm like, I'm going to just use them together. They're going to look crazy. But I want you to see how they look crazy. I was not that impressed with the line. I'm more so impressed with the expansions. I want to say some people on YouTube kind of got it like, I'm looking crazy on purpose. I was having some fun in the comments. So at least in the photos you can see the eye foil color shifting. But yeah, what they put out just did not go together the best in 2025, and I wanted you to see that. So let's end with the frequently asked questions. What is in this collection? What's going on here? So it's centered around chrome, metallic, color shifting finishes. You have your chrome eyeshadows, foil eyeshadows, liquid liners, retractable liners, lip foils, highlighters, all the things, right? Use them all together and look like a crazy, wacky person, okay? Is the collection good for beginners? It depends on the product. So the liquid eyeliners are pretty easy to use given the size of the brush tip, right? But you might need some practice applying the eye foils, for example, right? So this collection is a fun way for you to experiment with color and really different formulas at the drugstore. Kind of amplify your skills, right? This is a limited edition collection. There's a lot of confusion around that actually, and I want to clear the air. Chameleon Chrome is a permanent collection within Wet n Wild's core line, which is something they typically do not do. That's more of like an elf thing that they used to do. So these are permanent, and there's going to be some variety of them available at some retailer that you like. Okay, is the collection eye safe? A lot of these products are made for use around the eye area. If you have sensitivities like I do, you might experience some sensitivities. That is just a part of life. So definitely try things out, spot test things, so on and so forth. Read the ingredients and familiarize yourself. Can you layer these products with other makeup? You absolutely can. There's so many products here that look amazing when you layer them up, and you get these multi-dimensional effects, and you get the color shifting. Absolutely, those eyeshadow singles, the highlighters, the eyeliners, they are so much fun, especially if you go with a dark base color. So try the highlighters over a dark base color, like on the eye. There's some videos on that, and it'll blow your mind what you can do with those. And what is the Wet n Wild Chameleon Chrome line? It's a makeup collection that is focused on chromes, metallics, light shifting finishes, and I would imagine it's inspired by the color changing effect of a chameleon. That's why they named it that way, right? The products are designed to reflect multiple tones depending on the angle, the lighting, the movement, and it's going to focus on bold shimmers, multidimensional pigments, futuristic makeup looks, right? I left in the Reddit quotes that I pulled last year, so it's more so going to focus on the original products. But I have the green liner. It's pretty and impressive for a drugstore multi-chrome, which is really true of all these products, for real. I found them early at Walgreens like 2 weeks ago and grabbed both of the highlighters, and I absolutely love them. They remind me of the Essence Meta Glow highlighters. I have never tried those, but sounds awesome. And finally, I grabbed the green eyeliner at my local CVS a few weeks ago, and I love it. It's great quality and can't beat the price. So I could stand to update those a little bit, but I mean, that's cool. And, well, yeah, we're at the end here. So the Chameleon Chrome collection really does give you a surprisingly large and interesting variety of color shifting products for all different parts of the face. There's a lot to explore here. And again, this entire article is serving as a starting point. If something catches your eye, I have plenty of links here going to my individual blog posts where I go crazy in depth. If you've never met me before, I do crazy in-depth experimental multiple 1,000-word reviews on products. So go check those out if you want more before you buy, but also take a couple moments to let me know what Chameleon Chrome product are you most excited to try? What have you tried? What will you try? I like to chat with you. All right, but that is it. And now I need to figure out what the hell I'm going to write next for the blog. But no matter what I do, stick with me. I just bought a variety of new drugstore makeup, a bunch of things that I was interested in. So I'd like to talk about all of those, and I want to compare products. I always have more ideas than I have like physical me to execute the ideas. So I will bring you something that is, of course, very well tested and very well researched. Thank you for listening, and I will see you, hear you, when I hear you.